third down. Mariota looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Davis now to return it. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check. Fresno.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down.
That's a gain of 3. Now third.
Jackson. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They go play action with Jackson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Intended for Jordan Thomas. Brings up third down.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. 7-7, our score after 1.
With the score tied 7-7. Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers? It's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 30 on second down, Mariota, it comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Mariota to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
Touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans are going to retake the lead.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd and 9, Jackson steps up. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. On 1st down, Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. Well, going deep here for Taylor. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Taywan Taylor, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are back within a single score. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw is Mariota. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Anthony Everett picks it, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the... But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taywan Taylor, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Complete. It's Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd and 1, Mariota eluding the pressure right, and now he's going to use his legs. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time for the Titans. And even 40 yards. And that seemed to me to be all about trusting your receiver.
No doubt about it, because when he put that ball in the air, I will guarantee you everyone who's watching this game right now thought that's up for grabs. But this is a lot of practice time. As you mentioned, a ton of trust, and he knows how good his guy is.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Jonnu Smith with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
Now, I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
51, Mike 51. You got tight right there. Kill.
To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Derrick Henry, he fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
Here we go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Pollard going to try the right side. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mariota letting one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays.
He's got him in, complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jackson now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Mariota. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Extra point by Marr, up and good. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 9, Mariota. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
I think we need to come up with a different name for this position. We keep calling it the fullback position. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback, but we know this. Whoever's coming out of that spot is usually bigger and stronger, and they may not run away from people, but they'll run through them.
Yeah, able to shed tacklers. We saw it right there. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
First down, Tennessee.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12. Here we go. At the 43-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Mariota got his man there, complete to Gallup. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Short yardage, Mariota. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know.
And it'll be intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. Switch.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tim Williams in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
3rd and long here for Mariota. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. fighting through it. He's got space. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski
different
was an
things for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. From the 22, Mariota, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
A gain of 12. First down, Tennessee.
Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 35.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run on first down. It's Henry. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Mariota. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Titans on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, Mariota. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Marr able to put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. but it's not out of reach yet. Okay, being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
At the 32-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And this will get him all the way inside the Tennessee 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a give right side. It's Carson, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
Now it's Jackson. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run for it. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Henry. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Mariota on 3rd and 2. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Crunch. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Where are they, team?
On 1st down. Pollard. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. Pollard, and he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he finds McLaurin. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in
Season
December.
of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Following the interception here, Mariota going to take a shot for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Pollard. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Mariota, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On now is the Titans punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you describe that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Check. That's it. Mike 51. Mike 51. Go. Yeah, I got you. Go, Mike 51. Mike. Rotate. Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. It's coming.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. It's caught by Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and that'll bring up second down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. Here's Jackson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1 yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Tighten up. It's three. Alert three. Orbit. Yeah. 22, check, cover.
Throwing now is Jackson. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Now Mariota going to take a shot for Gallup, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Just like that. Let's go. Hey, Mike 40, Mike 40. I got you. 40's Mike, 40's Mike.
Mariota to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Thomas, the intended target.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Tie game, probably time for one final play here. What do you do in this spot?
Now you're thinking about Hail Mary. You've got to find a way to heave it all the way to...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't... So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Check safety, check safety.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins, and he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check, 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 check. Back, back, back. What? Go.
On first down, Dobbins. Room to run again, and all the way down to the 33-yard line. The big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of the play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to them.
And now this first drive in OT continues. Now Gordon on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Let's get it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Ready? Right. 51, Mike, 51. Okay. Bill. Hey, check. Check three.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. What can Mariota do in the OT? He gets this into the hands of Kirkwood. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Wide, get wide. Watch the twist.
Run for Pollard. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
We got 3.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Got his man there complete to Gallup. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. To throw is Mariota. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mariota. And this one complete to Smith. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down.
First down, Tennessee.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And an alley to run. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Tennessee, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping.